lords and ladies of Lolita Land, my name is Mint Princess and welcome to Cooking with Mint, a food show dedicated to all things tea and brunch time. Today we are going to be making raspberry cordial. You will need 6 cups of water, 3.5 cups of sugar, 3 tablespoons lemon juice, 2 pints or 24 ounces of fresh or frozen raspberries. So first, take your 6 cups of water. You want to boil it and add 1 1/2 cups of that sugar. You want to get it dissolved. Now, I decided to make raspberry cordial for the first episode because I really want us to do something that was simple that we could do together, but that we can enjoy at the end of the year. Because not only is this raspberry cordial, this is raspberry cordial syrup that we are going to can in mason jars, and we're going to set it on our shelf or on our countertops for the remainder of the year until December. Now, once your sugar syrup has dissolved completely, you want to gently pour that over the raspberries. And raspberries are not the only thing that you can cordial. You can do strawberries, you can do blackberries, you can do currants, you can do, I wonder if you can do blueberries. I've never tried blueberries before. I don't know. Be the first one to do it. Tell me how it goes. But like I said, pour the liquid over the raspberries as gently as you can because you don't want to break up that fruit. I have fond memories of raspberry cordial because I love the Anne of Green Gables series, and in the book they mentioned raspberry cordial, and the first time I made it and tried it, it was just so delicious and so refreshing. So once you have the liquid in, you want to pour over your 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. I'm using Meyer lemons because our tree in the backyard is a Meyer lemon, which is a splice between lemons and oranges. It's still quite tart, but they look more like oranges in the tree than like the football very yellow lemons that you would get from the store. But any lemon that you happen to have will work just fine. Once everything is mixed, you want to cover this with a plastic wrap or with aluminum foil or a kitchen towel, and you want to set it in your fridge for at least 8 hours. I like to set mine out for 24 hours, stick it in the fridge, forget about it for 2 days or a day, and then do the next part. But if you guys want to just do it for like 8 hours, that's fine. Just know the longer it sits, the deeper the color it's going to be and the flavor. All right, kissing this boy goodnight and good morning. Okay, you're going to need a large pot because you are now going to transfer the liquid into the pot. You want to use a strainer, and if you really don't want any pulp in your raspberry cordial, you can use some cheesecloth on top of your strainer. You see that rich red color? Oh, it's so pretty. And these raspberries are not gonna go in the trash. These raspberries have been sitting in a sugary syrup, so they're perfect for making preserves out of. You can also just top them with ice cream, or you can freeze them and use them in your smoothies. There's so many options. You can make a raspberry compote. Don't get rid of these guys. They're very useful and very delicious. I'm going to be storing mine in this little container in the fridge. Thing I didn't show you, and that is the mason jar that I'm using. It's a rather large mason jar, so large that I did not have a pot big enough to boil these 2 items together. So Once your raspberry cordial is now boiling, you want to add the remaining of your sugar, which should be 2 cups. And this is what's going to turn it into a syrup. The syrup will be diluted when you drink it, so you would use 1 part raspberry cordial syrup and 1 part water. Or if you like it sweeter, or if you like it less sweet, you can add more or less water. You want to dissolve them together and then get ready to can them. So like I was saying, my can is huge. It's like this giant mason jar. It holds about 6 cups, which is about the amount that I made. You can definitely use 2 smaller mason jars, but I just had this large one and I just wanted to use it. So it is in the kitchen right now, boiling in the biggest pot that I have, but it's like on its side. And it's really just to make sure any bacteria is killed off. I did the tops as well for this. So because we're not going to be doing a water bath, you want to make sure everything is hot and boiling, just to make sure things have been killed off. So the raspberry syrup is boiling hot, and the mason jar is also going to be boiling hot, and so will the lid for the mason jar. So here is the mason jar. Like I said, it's very hot, so use a towel. Try not to touch the very top lip of the jar. And now very, very carefully, you want to pour the boiling hot syrup into the boiling hot jar. If you are a small child, please let an adult do this. Because even I kind of spilled some on the table. Fill it up all the way to the lip. And if you have any leftover, you can drink that now, because that's exactly what I did. Oh, you can see the steam coming off of it. Yes, it's extremely hot. Now you want to put on the top and the lid. As this cools, the lid will suction downward, and that's what's going to give you a nice tight seal. If everything has cooled but your lid is not suctioned closed, if you can tap the center and you feel it give, then that means that your syrup and your jar were not hot enough, and you're going to have to open the can and retry. Mine, though, after about 4 hours, was cooled down and the lid was completely suctioned closed, so it should be safe to drink in December. Thank you all for joining me today. I hope you subscribe and tap the bell. We post a new video every Wednesday. You can support us by checking out our size-inclusive J Fashion shop and our budget-friendly Etsy shop. Keep up to date with us on Facebook, Tumblr, Instagram, and Twitter. You can also become a patron, and feel free to send us physical items to our P.O. Box to be featured on OP, which is opening packages. All links below. And see you next video, sweet lords and ladies.